What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Late Night Channel Eats, episode 999. So, as you can see in my background, I attended the fourth annual Global Pizza Party Pizza DAO in honor of the Bitcoin Pizza Day. What? So what is it about? Um, Basically, a long story short, uh, it was like about 14 years since May 22nd, 2010, that an individual by Laszlo, he bought two pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. You heard me right. This individual at that day, at that time, bought two slices of pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin. Today, 10,000 Bitcoin is worth about 300 million US. I kid you not. The significance behind this is profound because, I could have a whole discussion about world economics, world affairs, institutional adoption, blah, blah. But let's just say that it is quite an historic moment for Bitcoin, and also an historic moment for me as an individual, as an artist, to uh, involve myself in these awesome pizza parties. This is my second one. I attended the last year's one in Ottawa. However, I was very, very late to the party. I came around, I believe it was like 10:30. But this time I was on time, 5 p.m. on the dot. Now, it was great because there is clearly a demographic who are looking for uh, change, new ways of doing things, new ways of engaging. Uh, we do finance, we do custody of our own assets, wallets, etc. But again, I don't want to dive too deep into that realm for this conversation, but I do want to talk about the idea or the very nature of change, change agents. People, I believe, I've observed, are naturally, how do I say, naturally um, against change, or naturally want to avoid any sort of disruption in their current mode of operation or the way they do things, because that would disrupt the flow. Um, but change, not just doing things, but just changing how we create things, how we communicate. Um, I could give you a very simple example. Well, not a simple example, but an example that I observed about when you introduce something new to the environment. For digital arts, let's just talk about arts in general. Digital arts. Even today, I believe that digital arts to a lot of people is still a very unfamiliar, foreign medium, or something that came out of nowhere and is disrupting the way quote unquote traditional artists do it's a form of disruption. And I feel that there are those who are intimidated by this digital medium, because it is it is seen as something that would take over their careers, or it would just, no, they don't believe it is a legitimate form of art because it's all done with computers. There's always just been this cycle, this sort of backlash against a new medium that enters into a what was is conceived a well established industry or institution, right? I go back to even the days when I was in high school where all my peers were painting with oil paints and acrylics, and I was painting in Photoshop. People didn't get that. So digital creation or digital arts, I think, took some time, and still now uh, is trying to find a footing in its place in the world of fine art. Um, so change is good, is bad. Is to some it's just such a a disruptor, and are intimidated, fear it, and naturally would dislike it. Now I'm not talking about blockchain. I'm not talking about NFTs. I'm not talking about artificial intelligence. I'm just talking about digital, just digital in general. I was having a conversation earlier at the pizza party. Um, the idea of like there is majority of society, I believe, aren't even fully adopted into a digital, you know, into a digital world, or they have not engaged or fully onboarded onto a digital platform to engage into day-to-day lives. We haven't even crossed that bridge yet. Okay, I don't think we haven't just we're just touching we're just I think the pandemic, for better or for worse, has sort of accelerated it, but not to the point where everyone is on board. So now the thing is that through naturally progress in technology, it's not a long linear trajectory. It's a freaking parabolic. It's exponential. Suddenly, Web3 comes in, new technologies arrive, blockchain, the way we do finance, Bitcoin, crypto, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, using the quirkiness of quantum mechanics to do to use it to newfound technologies and life sciences, all this stuff. Like, it's accelerating. So I'm a total proponent for like progress in technology, but the thing that I worry about is it appears that it exacerbated even further and furthering the divide between the have and have-nots. The polarization that seems to be apparently, um, observed, or that's it's clearly you can feel it, is even increasingly more division. So there's division with just digital, and there's getting even more division with the next generation of digital. So you got to wonder, like, change is great, but we have to be, we also have to do our due diligence, be mindful that not everyone is as optimistic as we move forward. And I made this hypothesis where I was just, half jokingly thinking, at some point down the road, if this keeps on going that trajectory, we may have two types of human species. We might actually have two different human species diverging from ones who are, I guess, super high technology, and those who are without. I do wonder if that's going to happen. Very, very. It is foreseeable. It is foreseeable, but who knows? I do not have a crystal ball. Um, but it was great, I mean, at this, me being in both worlds. Okay, I'm not just one or the other. I am both in the traditional institution. I'm in the digital world. I'm in the blockchain and Web3 world. So I see all these different things happening. I see the different patterns. I see, what's going on. But yeah, and I have friends who absolutely, like, in my generation, who who I thought would be totally embracing. Why am I going this way? Embracing this world. Uh, they absolutely hate it. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe how much they absolutely like think it's like, a scam, blah, but it's this is these sort of reactions is clearly a sign of this is what change is, right? This is the natural response when someone uh, who dislike a new medium entering into their domain will react in such a way, right? It was the same thing with painters and photographers. The painters absolutely hated the photographers because it's like, why they're like why should I paint anymore when you can now paint the perfect picture with photography, you know? The printing press came out. When the printing press came out, is like you can print all these copies and everything, and I guess that people hated that. It's like, whoa, my god, like like what now you can just have so many copies of the same thing, where's the value in that? The same thing with technology when computers came around using digital. Well, you copy paste. Like, where's the value in that? So this it's quite this it's this, when technology comes into society, it seems to be this sort of cyclic nature of human reaction, human nature reaction, which I find quite interesting. And it's like it's a psychology play. That's what it is at the end of the day. But I enjoyed it. It was a great event. I had fun, and and as I mentioned, or have I not? If I haven't mentioned, I am launching Eepverse, which is an NFT community PFP ecosystem that's coming up. I'll announce it more firm of the dates, but it's going to happen early June. And it was a great event because this Eepverse is all about building communities, all about using blockchain, and the Global Pizza Party was a fantastic place to really engage like-minded people, to really see to connect and build more of that networking opportunities. So I think that Eepverse is going to be quite I think there's legs to this. I'm excited. I'm not sure where it's going to go, and there's no concrete. It's a very big experimentation. Let's figure it out. Let's have fun with it. Nothing concrete, which is fine. So yeah, I thought that it was also, not only was it a great pizza party, but it was really great to connect and spread the word. And now finally, I'm spreading the word to my audience here. It's going to be in early June, and I'm speaking with Art Engine, a nonprofit organization that deals with art and tech, right next to the Ottawa Art Gallery, inside the same building. We're going to be launching it in early June. More details coming up, and they're excited. We're all excited. And I think that Art Engine is a great venue simply because it's like an art and tech play. And we've always wanted to do something together, and I think this is the best medium to do it. So I'm very excited. And yeah, I'm just digressing left and right here. But it's been a busy month, folks. It has been a busy month for Eves. 2 murals. Like tomorrow, I will be doing the launch of my next mural at the Canadian Museum of History, part of the Chinese Exclusion Act, Asian Heritage Month. So it's just been nuts. But good nuts, I guess, productive, very, very productive. But yeah, but even for me, talk about change, I know that I need to always change my way of doing things, right? Like I have to not only have to create art, but I also have to be well aware and informed about some new technologies that are coming into the pipeline, how I can utilize the new technologies to inform my creativity, my art, streamline my productivity, engaging new communities, build with the communities, and these are great. And this is fantastic because this is exactly what I want, so that I can be at the forefront of what's going on, and it's fun. You get to meet new people, make some develop new opportunities, and grow with everyone, create some cool art. What more do you want? So on that note, yeah, I don't know what title I will call this. It's probably about like embrace the change. Change is good. You know, don't hate on the change. Maybe that's what we call it. Don't hate on the change. I don't know. But you know what? I had my fair share of pizza slices. I'm very satisfied. I'm very happy. Thank you for having me and the Eatverse fam at the fourth annual pizza party. So until then, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow for more things and more spiels and more rants. So again, I apologize. There wasn't maybe so much of a direction in this topic, but maybe perhaps change is pretty much what I want to talk about. Embrace the change. Don't be complacent. Don't act like things are all okay. Everything changes. Nothing lasts forever. That's one thing that I learned. Anywho, until next time, please like, subscribe. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about, let me know. And we shall continue on tomorrow. Goodbye.